Um, Hi guys, it's Louise. I forgot what I normally say. It's been that long since I've done a morning musing. Hi guys, it's Louise. I'll turn that off because I don't want it to be echoing. So yeah, it's Louise Matson, conduit for energy healing, conscious channel. It's been a long time since I've done a morning musing, so yeah, I only ever do them when I'm inspired to do them. And I was in the shower this morning, and that's exactly what came through. So as I was in the shower, what was coming through was really about a big thank you to the year 2021. I know it's been challenging for many people, and some would say we're glad to see the back of it, which I can empathize with. I can get that feeling too sometimes. But there have been many blessings and many lessons that have been held within this year for all of us, and it's really allowing ourselves the eyes to see those lessons, those blessings that have come through. And of course, you know, some lessons are hard learned. Sometimes it takes time to see the blessings in what has transpired, what has occurred over this year, or over any period. And they often say, you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing, and it's that ability to kind of look back and to reflect with divine neutrality, really, not getting caught up in the story of things, to actually see what has unfolded and what has been the outcome, what has changed, what has transformed, what has been made possible because of these shifts and changes. Now, the reason that I haven't done many morning musings this year, if at all any, I honestly can't remember, probably did some at the beginning of the year, but is because I have gone through a massive year of transformation, and I've actually been living it. And so it's really been a very personal journey through this year for me, although I've been seeing, and I've been very blessed with seeing many clients this year as well, and assisting and supporting them on their journeys of transformation. So what really wanted to come through was one, to say this big thank you to the year 2021 and all of the lessons and blessings that it has bestowed upon us, whether we are actually aware in this moment of them or not. And I have been blessed because of the journey that I've, you know, consistently been on over the past few decades, that I am able to see the blessings even in the most challenging of experiences that have occurred this year. And so one of the things that's really come up for me as I was in the shower and last night was I'm undergoing this process of literally body scanning myself, literally doing an inventory, as it were, of my energy field, of my thoughts, my emotions, and my physical body. Because I really do feel that we're coming into 2022. 2021, I was given that it was a year of revelation, and I know everybody was kind of thinking, you know, oh, lots of truths are going to come out that, you know, many people have been aware of, but hasn't been made public. And that didn't really happen. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, what was the year of revelation about? Well, the year of revelation, my understanding of that has been that it's been very personal. It's been a personal journey for us all. So this year of revelation has been, you know, what have we learned more about ourselves? What have we revealed about that which has been hidden? What has been underneath in the shadows for us that has now come to the surface, come to light? You know, where is the plaster being ripped off? I remember when Donald Trump got in was it 2016? One, I was aware that he was going to get in, and even though I had no interest in American politics whatsoever. And two, I was aware that it was actually going to be a real positive thing. Now, again, I neither like nor dislike him because I don't know him. And, we cannot believe the information that we are publicly being fed through the mainstream narratives, because time and time again, we are seeing that there is an agenda behind it. And there's always two sides to everything. If I have an argument with somebody, there's going to be my side of that, and there's going to be the other person's. There's two people involved. And so we really have to use our discernment when we are allowing ourselves to ingest information, people's opinions and things like that, because that's all it is. It's somebody's opinion unless you're experiencing it firsthand. So I was neutral about the guy. But what was really strongly coming through was that he was going to rip the plaster off of America, if you like. So, all of this facade, this razzle dazzle that was being portrayed as, America and the American way of life, and, everything's rosy here, nothing to see here kind of thing, was suddenly going to be turned on its head, and that plaster was going to get ripped off, and we were going to see what was underneath. And sometimes what's underneath when we put plaster on something is a long-standing festering wound. And so this year of revelation was us taking that plaster off ourselves and allowing ourselves to look at, when you take that plaster off, is it clean? Is it healing nicely? Or is there something festering beneath? And it was this opportunity for us to go there, to really go there with ourselves, and to be radically honest, to radically accept, and then to radically love all that we found. And that's the only way that we can actually heal it, is to radically accept, self-acceptance, and radically self-love. And that was what Unapologetically You was all about, allowing yourself to be unapologetically you, which was a lot of what Spirit was guiding me with this year. It was funny because the other day I wanted to take a full-length photo, but I couldn't do it, and I was having a pajama day, and the caption was going to be, "This is what Unapologetically You looks like today." Me having not brushed my hair and wearing my pajamas, because that's what it's about. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? It's about loving yourself no matter what. It's about loving yourself regardless, and having no agenda, having no, conditions on the love that you show yourself. So that was one of the big things that 2021 gifted me, and, many others. And so I was saying a big thank you to that. But it was allowing yourself to, I was taking inventory, taking stock of where I am. Because that's the other thing, it's when we're on this journey, when we're on any journey of self-development, when we're in a journey of, when we're on any journey, when we're project managing, we have to know, where am I right now? In this now moment, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what my plan says that I'm going to achieve in the future. And really, the inventory is about looking at, okay, what may I have achieved on this plan if I had a plan? But if you're starting off and you don't have a plan, and you're kind of just bumbling on in life, and it's good to take time out and take stock of where you're at. And again, without any judgment, this is a completely neutral look at yourself. And so that's what I was doing, completely neutral, just listing everything. I had no emotional attachment to any of it. And I was just scanning through. Because if you don't feel able to do this from an energetic perspective, if you don't feel that you can body scan yourself, or energetic light body scan yourself and come up with an energetic block or anything, that's absolutely fine. Go with what you feel capable of doing. And if that's your physical symptoms, start there. Everything is energy, and everything is interlinked. And so, there will be more subtle issues that lay behind the physical symptoms that you're showing or displaying. So, if that's where If that's all that you can kind of connect with, that's absolutely fine. In fact, that's wonderful. And you've got a whole host of things that you can look at within that. So within this list, I was listing all of the physical symptoms, all of the emotional stuff, all of the mental thought, belief constructs, thought processes, of where I am in this moment. Doesn't matter where I was 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, doesn't matter where I hope to be. Where am I now? Right now, this moment, what's going on inside me? And knowing that everything is energy, and knowing that physical symptoms are red flags. It's your energetic body vehicle. So this physical form is my lowest vibrational aspect of self. It's not all that I am. I extend far beyond this from an energetic perspective. It's a bit like visible light. We can see visible light, but we know that the light spectrum extends beyond that which the physical eyes cannot see. And so with the same regard, we extend beyond that which the physical senses cannot see, sense, feel, or know. So if you can only start with this lowest, densest layer of yourself, that's great. So this energetic system that is my physical body, that is my body consciousness, is giving me some red flags in the way of physical symptoms, things that are showing up in my physical body. So of course, if I have now an awareness of that, and again, this is something that Spirit's given me over this year, awareness is the beginning and the end. It's the Alpha and the Omega. With awareness, I can consciously choose to do something differently. It's now in my conscious awareness. Before I was completely unconscious of it. And now I have a conscious awareness. And now it's a choice. If I continue to do that, to act in the way, to eat the foods, to do whatever it is that is creating these physical symptoms, if I choose to do that, that's my choice. But now I have an awareness of this symptom, I can choose something different. And the Omega part is, awareness is the memory signature of me clearing it. So time isn't linear. All time is now. So past, present, future exist in this moment. So if I have an awareness of something, even something as simple as a body symptom, A, I can choose to start doing something about it, and B, I get to rejoice because I know that this is a memory signature of me already having cleared it. I just have to walk that journey in the physical. Because yes, we're energetic beings and we extend throughout all of the dimensional realms, all the way up to the pure source field, but we exist in this physical realm as well. And so we have to walk everything into the physical, whether it's a new way of thinking, a new way of acting, whatever it is, a new way of perceiving the world. We have to do it in the physical realm. We have to take action in alignment with our truth. So this inventory really gave me this opportunity to kind of map out all of these red flags, and to really acknowledge them. I was basically saying, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I'm owning you. I'm not pretending, I'm not hiding, I haven't got my head in the sand. I'm looking at you, I'm seeing you, and now I've got this awareness. Now I'm going to make a choice. Do I continue to behave in the way I've been behaving, which has been creating these red flags? Or am I going to actually start doing something different? And allowing whatever guidance to come through with regards to, okay, any kind of other research that you do in relation to, well, what does this symptom relate to? What is, these groups of symptoms, are they related to a particular issue or a particular illness or, whatever it is? Because one of the things that I work with people a lot with is these distorted overlay programs, which are in our divine matrix. Nobody on this planet has come in with a pure divine matrix. We've all got baggage. We've all come in with this energetic baggage. And as everything is energy, and if we ignore those nudges, if we ignore those issues within the higher vibrational energetic realms beyond the physical senses, then they ultimately become something in the physical. And that's where the physical symptoms come in, because they're just indicators of something that we missed, that we haven't dealt with in those other high vibrational realms and those subtle realms of our energetic existence. So basically, these distorted overlays and programs are all the energetic baggage that we've brought through all of the command codes, the degrees, the vows, the promises, the contracts, everything from previous and concurrent other reality lives that we're still connected to and that we're still experiencing in a very real sense in this incarnation. So a lot of the work that I've been doing with people this year is clearing out that clutter, clearing out all of those distorted programs and overlays, and kind of clearing out the system so that we don't need to experience the physical symptoms because we've been clearing them out on an energetic level. That doesn't mean to say that you're not going to experience the integration of the clearing work, as with any detox. If you're detoxing something and you're clearing it out, you're going to be experiencing something from that detox. And so again, we walk that into the physical. So it may look a million and different ways. It may be that we're releasing distorted program of what service work is and, putting everybody else's needs above our own. And suddenly we start seeing ourselves as equal to everybody and loving myself unconditionally, as opposed to, placing others above me. We bring ourselves into equilibrium with everyone and everything around us, and then all of a sudden that's going to impact on how we interact, how we behave with others, how we perceive ourselves in this world. We may be doing jobs that were never what we wanted to do, but to bring the money in, or to be the good daughter, or whatever it was, some expectation that somebody else had of you. You've gone down that route, you've gone down that way of being, and suddenly you're sat there going, well, if I'm loving myself unconditionally, is this really what I wanted to do with my life? Am I really happy? And that may come up as a no, and then all of a sudden you're making these major life changes, and you're shifting job, you're shifting relationship, you're living in a completely different environment, a completely different way of living, because now you're honoring yourself equal to how you honor others. So as we walk this into the physical, it's going to look a million and one different ways. And certainly for me this year, that has meant ending of a relationship, moving out of what had been my home for the last 9-10 years. And then, the kind of the rediscovery, literally ripping that plaster off myself to look beneath the surface and see what's been hidden. What have I papered over? What have I kind of gone, la, 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 I don't want to see that. I'm just going to focus over here on this and try and get as much joy out of this situation. So that's what a lot of what was coming through, and this kind of awareness, this inventory, gives you that opportunity to really dive deep and to clear out, as it were, and to create this blank canvas. Now, a lot of you may know that I've been doing a lot of renovations on what is my house. I was living in my partner's house. My house was being lived in by my family, my son, and I had neglected it. Even though I had said, let me know of any issues and I'll sort them out. I'd given that responsibility over to somebody else. I wasn't taking any responsibility for it. I wasn't going in and checking to see the structure of the house was okay, if things were all right. I was kind of just going, oh, well, it's fine, because I haven't heard that it isn't. And therefore, I don't need to think about that. I can just focus on my life with my partner in his house and, my work and all of this. So again, there is no judgment. So this year for me has literally been ripping the plaster off my house, which again, my house has been an external mirror to my inner landscape, because that's what the external is. The external landscape is a mirror to our inner landscape. And I was just, each room had something. The toilet, the waste pipe had been leaking and had, just put wastewater into the floorboards, and so a whole load of work needed doing in the bathroom to rectify that. There was lots of things that weren't working. There'd been no ventilation, there'd been no flow of energy through. So there was a lot of mold issues. There was an issue with the chimney that was, creating cracks and leaks within. It was this kind of insipid hidden thing that was going off that was creating more issues. So again, this whole process was just a beautiful reflection of all that had been hidden inside myself. And I'm somebody who's done a lot of work on myself. And so that's the thing. There is no judgment with this. I openly sit here and go, as a spiritual teacher, as somebody who's been doing my spiritual work, we can still bypass, we can still spiritually bullshit ourselves, because there will be an area, an issue, an aspect of our lives that we've not wanted to go, we've not been ready to go there. And there's no judgment on that. We are where we are, and that's perfect. And whatever journey that we've been on and whatever journey that we're on will ultimately lead to us coming to that place and point where we're ready to take that plaster off. But there's no judgment if right at the start of the journey, when you're dealing with the kind of really in your face stuff, that, you don't feel capable of kind of going, right, okay, we're just going to strip it down to the brick. We're going to strip it down to the bare bones to really see what's here. We deal with that which we can deal with in the moment. And I have a lot of 9s in my birth chart. So if anybody's had a soul contract reading with me will know 9 is the most powerful number in the chart. It can be really hard on the physical body and really hard on your life experiences. And it's all about power. It's all about disempowerment to empowerment. And that's what my life has been. And so when I'm dealing with the in-your-face disempowering stuff, from an external perspective, the universe is only going to give me that which I can deal with in any given moment. So if I'm dealing with all this stuff and it's really in my face, I'm not energetically in a position to rip the plaster off and strip it down to the brick, bare bones, and go, right, okay, well, whilst I'm dealing with this, I'm also going to look at all of the underlying stuff as well. So we go through this process. It's a journey. And Spirit has given me this for years. It's not the destination that matters, it's the journey that matters. And I do apologise, I'm messing with my hair a lot, but it's been washed and it's kind of doing weird things. So it's all about the journey, and it's honouring where you are at on the journey. And the biggest thing about this work, the biggest thing about allowing ourselves to heal, the biggest thing about unconditional self-love is no judgment. So I do thank 2021 because it's given me that opportunity, one, to say, okay, do you know what? I've done loads of work in my life because I'm no longer dealing with the in my face stuff. And I'm at a place where I had the opportunity and I took it to rip that plaster off and really go deep within. And I did strip it back quite literally to the brickwork. And I've gone in and I've had a look. And so this inventory for me is a really, it's a culmination of all the work that I've been doing this year, but it's also a beautiful gift for anybody else who's on this journey and is willing to take this ride. To, like I've done with the house, create a blank canvas. So I have stripped this house back to the brick. I have dealt with all that needed dealing with, and I have spent lots of money doing it because it was worth doing. I didn't want to just paper over and hide the cracks that lay beneath. If I was willing to rip that plaster off, then really just sticking another plaster back on, what would be the point? For me, it's a no-starter. For somebody else, if that's where you're at, again, there is no judgment. But for me, there was like, if I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take it back to brick, and I'm going to see what the issues are, then to turn around and go, oh, actually, let's just paper over it, and I'm not going to actually deal with the issue, that wasn't an option for me. So it has taken a lot of money, but I've now been left with this blank canvas. And as you can see, the walls are white. And I do feel that that's representative as well of it, because it is this absolute blank canvas. This whole house is a blank canvas that the beauty and the creation can now start to be painted onto this blank canvas. You know, the opportunity is ready for the opportunities and the possibilities, whatever they may be. It's a solid canvas and it's ready. And I feel that's what we're going into with 2022. For those of us who've been on this journey and we've been stripping away and creating this blank canvas, okay, I've done it externally with the house, but then also the external is a reflection of the internal landscape. And I believe that with this inventory, I'm now creating this blank canvas. It's an opportunity for me to walk this into my physical, to walk this into my body vehicle. I know what the red flags are. So it's like I've stripped back to brick and I've looked at it and I've owned it and I've gone, okay. So now it's that process of, you know, as it were, getting the builders in, you know, getting the guy in to mend the chimney, getting the guy into, or gal, to sort the bathroom out, you know. It's that process of, okay, I have awareness of the issue now. Now I get to choose what to do with it. And I get to see that this beautiful blank canvas that I've created within this house, I can create within myself. So if I allow myself the journey of literally renovating my physical body, my body vehicle, and therefore all other aspects of my being, because as we do one thing, we do all things. So if I merely work, and this is why it doesn't matter if all you can connect in with is your physical aspect, your physical symptoms. If I work with my physical symptoms and I allow myself to be guided by my truth, and I follow the treatment programs or the protocols that feel in alignment, then I will also be working on those mental constructs, those emotional constructs. And I will be able to strip all of those down and get rid of all that is no longer serving me, in addition to clearing and cleansing my physical body. These distorted programs, these distorted overlays, when I'm stripping, well, it's not me, it's I'm a conduit. When they're being stripped out from people's systems, whether it's mine or my clients, I literally see them as this pervasive kind of toxic web that's just got into everything. And it's kind of parasitic. It's like a parasitic infestation. That's how I'm being shown it. So if I was to do a major clear and cleanse and detox physically within my body vehicle, I wouldn't only be clearing out the physical parasite, the physical whatever that's out of balance, that's distorted, because they have pervaded and gone into, infected how we think, how we feel. It's not just, you know, one thing. I trained as an occupational therapist, and in that training, we see things in a holistic way. You know, your emotions affect your physical body, and your thoughts affect your physical body, and your physical body affects your thoughts and your emotions. They're all interlinked. And so if I deal with one thing, I will also be dealing with all of the other things as well. So that's why it doesn't matter if you can literally just scan through your physical body symptoms. If you're willing to take in the guidance that your truth, your consciousness, your inner, your compass, your inner knowing is guiding you to do, whether that's going down the pharmacological, I don't even know if I said that word right, route, or going down a more natural approach, doesn't matter. You know, following that guidance that you're receiving for yourself, not what you're receiving out there, then you're going to be dealing with everything, and you're going to be creating this blank canvas within yourself. And I feel that's what we're being guided to for 2022. I heard somebody say it's a time for action, in a year of action. I can't remember if it was Brad somebody on YouTube. But that for me is that walking into the physical. Whatever we've been working on, consciously or unconsciously, in 2021, we're going to be walking that into the physical. So, there was another thing that I wanted that came through, and it was, I can't remember who did the song. I would try, maybe I'll put it in the comments, or maybe some of you know. There was a song, I don't know, in the 80s or something, maybe in the 90s. And it said, free your mind and your ass will follow. And that's what came through in the shower as well. And it's basically that interlinking of all of these things. If we free our mind from all the mental constructs and these distorted overlays, then that's going to impact on the physical body and how we treat ourselves, what we eat, and how we are. And equally, the reverse. So if we have a look at our physical body and how it is and what it's telling us, and we work on that honestly, without judgment, and we accept the guidance, and we do what we're being guided to do, then that is also going to, if we free our body from this parasitic infestation of these distorted overlays, it's going to free our mind, it's going to free our emotions, because they're all interlinked. So that was really beautiful as well. I'm just wondering if there's anything else. I think that's it. So this has been a bit of a long one, but I appreciate I haven't done one for a long time, but that's what came through. So that was the sharing from my heart to yours, from Source speaking through me, and wanting to give that for you and to you for the year 2022. I'm just in the process of creating a live kind of program to work through all around loving ourselves unconditionally, which will involve some energy work, it will involve some wisdom sharing, and it's everything that I've been processing this year. So I look forward to pulling that together and sharing that with you at some point. So much love to you all. Thank you so much to everybody who has supported me, who has followed me this year, and to all my clients as well. It's been absolute joy serving you this year, and I really look forward to 2022 and what that is going to bring us all. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much. And I certainly intend to take this opportunity to create the blank canvas within myself, to free myself of these distorted programs and overlays that have been determining my perception of myself, and also limiting the opportunities and possibilities that have been open to me. And I honour everybody else, no matter where you are on your journey, in taking this opportunity to clear yourselves, to bring down these rigid constructs within you, within me, and to create something new and wonderful and magical. Take care. Have a great New Year's Eve. Have a wonderful New Year's Day, and let's all make 2022 a year that we can look back on and see without any issues the gifts, the blessings, and the lessons that it's bestowed upon us. Much love to you all. Take care. Bye.